Brought to you by Cigna. Cigna knows we all get stressed, and sometimes even your poolside playlist can't ease the tension. But stress can affect your mind and your body because they're connected. That's why it's important to check in on both at your annual checkup. Visit Cigna.com/take control to learn more.
You're listening to Fox Sports Radio.
Make your money double up. You can go far. You with MVP Sports and my man Kris Barr. Giving you the top picks, never outdated. Giving you the hottest picks straight from Las Vegas. If you thinking dollar signs, you know where to go. MVP Sports Radio Show. From all the top teams to all the sleepers. Giving you the best choice to make your pockets deeper. I'm the MVP, knowing harder than me. Make your money double up or multiply by 3. I'm the MVP, giving you the winners. Put your money on me. The rest are just beginners. I'm the MVP. Hottest show about sports. Number 1 in the game. The rest coming up short. MVP Sports with my man Kris Barr. Number 1 in Las Vegas and still going hard.
You're listening to the BarrDynasty.com podcast. Now, live from the MVP Sports Studio in Laughlin, Nevada, here's a go to the sports betting industry, Kris Barr.
It is August 28th, 2019. Appreciate every single one of you listening in. This is my first time on Fox Sports Radio. I signed a deal yesterday. It's my first podcast. I do a lot of podcasts. I've been doing them for 5 years, but I want to mention real quick a few affiliates. Fox Sports 1340 AM, Las Vegas. Fox Sports Radio 1650, Flagstaff, Prescott, Arizona. Fox Sports Radio 910, Arizona, IMG, Phoenix Sports Network. Fox Sports 1340, Fresno. And Fox Sports LA 570 AM every Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. Or you can listen on the YouTube channel. If you are listening on the YouTube channel, please hit the like and the subscribe button. Also, share this on Twitter, Facebook with any of your people. If you guys like to make money betting on sports and you want to deal with the best in the world, listen to this podcast every single week. I'm not cocky. I'm just honest. A lot of people are not going to know who I am. My name is Kris Barr. I'm the #1 sports consultant in the world. If you have $1,000, $10,000, $20,000 lying around and you want to make money, listen to my podcast. I'm going to be doing it on Fox Sports once a week, or you can listen on my YouTube channel. I do 2 to 3 podcasts per week during football season. I'll probably do a Monday night recap show over the weekend, a Tuesday night recap show for Monday night, or the Wednesday show on the Fox Sports, and then possibly a Thursday. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just do one a week here on the Fox Sports. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. If you want to follow me on Facebook, Facebook's my main page, facebook.com/KrisBarrGoat. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram's growing a lot lately, and it'll grow even more being on Fox Sports. I appreciate all you guys listening in. Please follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/RealKrisBarr, RealKrisBarr. Also on Snapchat, KrisBarr702 on Snapchat, KrisBarr702. I currently do not have a Twitter account. I don't believe in Twitter, so we'll move on from there. I'm going to be talking college football. I'm going to be talking NFL preseason. I'm 24-3 in the NFL preseason. I'm giving out some NFL preseason picks for free later in the broadcast. This is my first time doing something like this. I had a lot of opportunities on other radio stations, on other radio shows, but I've declined them all. This one is just once a week. This is something I was looking for the last couple months, just something I can do once a week, not every single day. I have too much going on. I've been gambling on sports, handicapping professionally for 5 years now. I've predicted the last 3 college football national champions, which on this episode, I will not be giving out my national championship pick. But next week, next Wednesday, if you guys are listening in, I will be releasing my NFL Super Bowl pick, which I already mentioned on the podcast. If you guys look back on my YouTube channel, you guys can see who I have in the NFL. I'll be announcing that next week also. Mentioning my YouTube channel, I want you guys to check out the YouTube channel because it's a very interesting channel. I have a lot on there, a lot of sports betting content. If you guys are into sports betting, I go to Vegas, I go to Laughlin, I bet on sports, I bet thousands of dollars. I hit a 25-team parlay. I'm the only guy I know that's ever won a 25-team parlay. I put up $100, and I won $40,000. And I've done that twice in the past 6 months. I've won two 25-teamers, one for $70 to win $25,000, and the other one was $100 to win $40,000. 25-team parlay on the 5dimes.eu sportsbook offshore. Moving on here, I want to mention that I'm going to be giving out some college football plays. I'm going to be giving out some NFL plays for free. I'm going to give out some client plays. If you want to get a hold of me, if you want to get on my service, though, my number one play is my play of the month already is happening this Saturday. I have a huge play on Thursday. I have a big play on Friday. Play of the month on Saturday, like 3 huge plays on Saturday. Got the Sunday game, got the Monday game. So for you're going to get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for $200. All you got to do is email picksbyemail@gmail.com, picksbyemail@gmail.com, or text 702-276-5620, 702-276-5620. Go to my website, KrisBarr.com, KrisBarr.com. So I'm done advertising all my Facebook, my Instagram, everything. Now you can just listen in. We're going to take a short break, and when I come back, I'm going to give you my top 10 quarterbacks for this upcoming college football season. We're going to get right into the card, and then we're going to talk NFL preseason. And I appreciate every single one of you listening in. I'm very excited about being here every Wednesday morning. And like I said, if you're listening on the YouTube channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and please comment any picks that you like this weekend. Comment below, and we're going to take a quick break.
Just one use? With FabFitFun, you only receive full-size products, so you really get the most use out of everything. FabFitFun is a seasonal subscription box that offers full-size beauty, fashion, home, and wellness products straight to your door. Never worry about paying for products that you can't use more than once. With FabFitFun, you'll receive over $200 worth of full-size premium brands for only $49.99. This season, you can choose items for your box like the Kate Spade lunch tote, the Anthropologie travel yoga mat. Ready to upgrade your lifestyle today? Visit FabFitFun.com today to receive the fall box and use code COZY10 to get $10 off your first box. That's only $39.99 for full-size products you already know and love, and new trends you're going to fall in love with. That's COZY10 for $10 off the fall box at FabFitFun.com. Don't settle for anything less than full size.
Back here on the program. Alright, so I want to mention my top 10 quarterbacks for this upcoming 2019 season. This is my top 10. We're going to go Tua, number 1, Alabama, best quarterback in the nation. Number 2, Trevor Lawrence from Clemson. Number 3, Jake Fromm from Georgia. Don't look past Georgia this season. Justin Herbert from Oregon, number 4. This one was close between 4 and 5. I almost considered Ellinger from Texas going to 4. We'll go Ellinger 5. He should have a great season. Ian Book from Notre Dame, number 6. I put him just slightly ahead of Jalen Hurts from Oklahoma, number 7. Shea Patterson, number 8. I believe he's strong at number 8 from Michigan. And then number 9. Let's find number 9 here, what I wrote down. Justin Fields for Ohio State. And then number 10, I had Adrian Martinez from Nebraska. So there's my top 10 quarterbacks. I was going to do top 10 wide receivers and running backs, but I don't have time. I want to get right to the card for Thursday night. I want to give out some free picks. That's what everybody's here for, to get the free winners, the client plays. And you guys know how to get a hold of me if you want my client plays, $200 from Thursday to Monday. So let's get it right into the games right now. No holding back. All right, so the first game, Robert Morris at Buffalo. Buffalo minus 49, over under 63.5. Buffalo minus 49. Here's the question. Is Robert Morris going to score any points in this game? I'm not really ready to give up 49 points with Buffalo. I'm going to stay away from that one. They could cover 49. They could destroy that Robert Morris team. But I have no opinion on it. UCLA at Cincinnati. Cincinnati minus 3, over under 58. All right, so this is going to be the first client play I'm going to give out. I like UCLA in this one, but I'm going to give them out as a 3-point, 10-point teaser. what I'm going to do is give out Thursday and Friday a 3-team 10-point teaser for a client play. And then I have a late Thursday night huge play. And I have a late Friday night huge play. And then I have huge plays on Saturday. You guys are not going to get those. Those are for clients. If you guys want to get on my client picks, you already know how to do it. Central Michigan, Albany at Central Michigan. Central Michigan minus 14, over under 45.5. I have nothing on that one. Morgan State at Bowling Green. Bowling Green minus 21, over under 49. I have nothing in that one. Wagner at UConn. UConn minus 17, over under 70.5. Nothing. Central Arkansas at Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky minus 8.5, over under 54.5. I'm going to go over every single game. If I have nothing, I'm going to say I have nothing. I have nothing on that game. Florida A&M at Central Florida. Central Florida minus 48. There's no over/under. Central Florida is. Here's the question: is Florida A&M even going to score a point? Central Florida could put up 49 like nothing. I'm gonna give out some predictions. We're gonna go 63-0 Central Florida, 56-0, 59-0, or 63-0 Central Florida. If you want to get on a minus 48, go ahead. I'm not betting that game. There's other games on the board that I'm interested in. But we'll look back on that one on the next podcast. Gardner-Webb at Charlotte. Charlotte minus 32, over under 54.5. I don't think so. I'm not sure about that one. Georgia Tech at Clemson. Clemson minus 37, over under 60. I can see Clemson putting up 49 points. Can Georgia Tech score 2 touchdowns against this defense? I really don't think so. I'm gonna do podcast free play on minus 37, and I'm gonna give a prediction. I'm gonna say 63-6. I think they'll get 60. I think they'll get the over themselves. But realistically, I'll go 56-7, 56-10. They'll cover the 37. But I'm giving out a client play. That's the podcast free play, Clemson minus 37. The client play that I have, a 3-team 10-point teaser. I have UCLA, and we're going to put Clemson on there, minus 27, get them under 4 touchdowns. They should win easily by 4 touchdowns, correct? So that's part 2 of 3. Going to give out another, we're going to give out part 3 here in a minute. Florida International at Tulane. Tulane minus 2.5, over under 57. I have nothing in that one. Alabama State at UAB. UAB minus 42. No posted over under. I have nothing in that one. Texas State at Texas A&M. Texas A&M minus 33, over under 56. I can see Texas A&M scoring 5 touchdowns or covering 33. I can see them winning by 5 touchdowns, possibly 6. Do what you want to do with that game. I think Texas A&M covers the 33. South Dakota State at Minnesota. Minnesota minus 13.5, over under 56. I have nothing in that game. Northern Colorado at San Jose State. San Jose State minus 10, over under 59.5. I have nothing in that one also. Kent State at Arizona State. Arizona State minus 25, over under 62. They're putting them between 24 and 28 because the bookmakers don't have a clue where to put this number. Honestly, it should be 31. I would say Arizona State will score in the 40s, but will they give up 14 points in this game? Honestly, I'm staying away, but I would lean Arizona State minus 25 in that one on Thursday night. Utah at BYU. BYU plus 6 at home, over under 48. We're going to skip that one. I have nothing on that one. Rice at Army. Army minus 21, over under 48. I have nothing in that one. If this was last year, I don't really know these teams. I didn't really study those teams. But last year, Army should have killed that team. They just might. I didn't really get into Rice and Army this year. But I will eventually. Wisconsin at South Florida. Wisconsin minus 12.5 on the road, over under 57.5. Wisconsin should get the job done on Friday night. That I almost considered putting this team. Let me check. Yeah, I considered putting this team on the 3-team 10-point teaser, but I'm not going to. But if you brought them down to minus 2.5, they should win by 3. Honestly, that's a Friday night game. Tulsa at Michigan State. Michigan State minus 22.5, over under 47.5. I'm excited to see the new Tulsa quarterback in action. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Michigan State should. They usually never cover this Michigan State team. I stay away from them. They should cover this one, but I'm staying away. They just never seem to cover, going back a few years. UMass at Rutgers. Rutgers minus 15.5, over under 55. UMass is a very terrible team, but so is Rutgers. I'm not touching that one. Utah State at Wake Forest. Here's another Friday game. Wake Forest minus 3, over under 63.5. I'm going to give this game out as just like a free dog of the day for Friday. I'm going to say Utah State on the money line. They're getting plus 3.5 at a lot of spots. I think Utah State goes into Wake Forest and beats them outright. I could be wrong, but that's why I'm here, is to give free picks and to give dogs and see how it goes. So we'll remember this one, Utah State. If you want to take them plus 3.5, get them up to plus 4, that's fine. But I'm going to do dog of the day on Friday. And go with Utah State to win. Am I going to be betting this game? Probably not. I might throw some action on it. I don't know. Purdue at Nevada. Nevada plus 11 at home, over under 58. So when I said you're going to get a Thursday and Friday free 3-team 10-point teaser, this is the last leg right here. Purdue, get them down to -1. So it's going to be a 3-team 10-point teaser for Thursday and Friday, free on the podcast. UCLA plus 13. Clemson -27. Purdue -1. Write it down. Get on that 3-team 10-point teaser. That's going to be a client play for my customers and a client play for Fox Sports, a client play for all my people that are listening, and I appreciate every single one of you. Colorado State versus Colorado on Friday night. Colorado -13.5, over under 57. Not going to talk about that one. Oklahoma State at Oregon State. Oregon State plus 14.5 at home, over under 74.5. I'm not going to talk about that one because remember, I'm not giving out my client plays, and one of those could be a client play. Moving on to Saturday. Saturday morning, got a lot of interesting games here. Very excited. I have to take another break here, and we're going to get into Saturday, and then we're going to get into preseason after that, after the break.
That you can schedule a gift to yourself each season? FabFitFun is a seasonal subscription box that delivers over $200 worth of full-size beauty, fashion, home, and wellness products right to your door 4 times a year. Talk about treating yourself. You can even customize the products in your box to fit your lifestyle. Are you a beauty fanatic, fitness maven, fashionista? This season, choose between items like the Kate Spade lunch tote or the Anthropologie travel yoga mat. FabFitFun lets you choose from brands you already know and love, while also letting you be the first to discover new products and trends on the market. Visit FabFitFun.com today to create your very own box. It's easy to choose and delivers straight to your doorstep within days. Sign up today to receive the fall box. Visit FabFitFun.com and use code COZY10 to get $10 off your first box. That's code COZY10 to snag the fall box for just $39.99. It's the easiest choice you'll make today.
All right, welcome back. South Alabama at Nebraska early Saturday morning. Nebraska -36, over under 65.5. I would recommend Nebraska -36. I'm going to say 45-0 final. 52-3, 52-6. Nebraska wins, and they cover. Is it a podcast free play? No. You already got one client play, and you already got one podcast free play. Mentioned it earlier. If you don't know, go back and listen. Florida Atlantic at Ohio State. Ohio State -27.5, over under 63.5. Francois from Florida State is on FAU. He did, last time he played against a decent team last year on the road, Florida State at Clemson. I believe he lost by like 60 points. Justin Fields makes his first start here for Ohio State. I think 27.5 is kind of weak. I think they should easily cover that. Florida Atlantic, it has not shown me anything. I don't think they're going to stick around in this one. I think Fields is going to have a big game. 27.5, I would recommend Ohio State in that one. I'm going to give a final. I'm going to say 45-10. Akron at Illinois. Illinois -17, over under 61. Nothing on that one. Indiana versus Ball State. Ball State +17. This is a neutral site game, over under 60. I actually would lean the over 60 in that one. I think both these teams go up and down the field. Possibly an over in that one. Howard at Maryland. Maryland -30, over under 65.5. Josh Jackson making his appearance for Maryland, his first start. I'm actually a fan of Maryland this year. Can they cover 30 against Howard? Why? How can they not cover 30 against Howard? They should be -42 in this one. So I think this line's a little off. I'll go Maryland -30. We'll go, I think they're going to score a lot of points in this game. I think they're going to score in the 40s or 50s, to be honest with you, for Maryland. 52-14. They should easily cover the number in that one. So that's going to be another podcast free play. Maryland minus 30. I like them a lot. It's not a client play. It's a free play. Toledo at Kentucky. Kentucky minus 12 over under 62. Kentucky should get the job done. This is a perfect spot for a 10-point teaser here. Get Kentucky down to minus 2. I don't have an opinion or a play on this game, but that's exactly what I'd do if I was playing that game. Early Saturday game. There's 100 games. If you're looking for a 3-team 10-point teaser, maybe throw Kentucky on there minus the 2. Ole Miss at Memphis. Memphis minus 5.5 over under 68. I can see this game going over 68. Early Saturday game, yeah. Most likely that game's going to go over 68. We'll move on here. Mississippi State versus UL Lafayette. Mississippi State, this is a neutral site game. It says verse. They're minus 20 over under 60. Mississippi State should roll this team. The Raging Cajuns. I haven't been a fan of that team forever. I can't stand that team, honestly. Mississippi State should roll that team. Northern Iowa at Iowa State. Iowa State minus 18 over under 41.5. I have no opinion on that one. Indiana State at Kansas. Kansas minus 4 over under 53.5. Les Miles making his debut at Kansas. And I think they're going to have success. I think they're going to beat Indiana State. I'd say Kansas on the money line. We're going to do a money line parlay on a suspect parlay. This is going to be called the suspect parlay. It's not going to be a client play, but it's going to be a podcast free play. The suspect parlay. Take Kansas money line. I'm going to give you a couple more for this suspect parlay. East Carolina at North Carolina State. North Carolina State minus 16.5 over under 54.5. A lot of people jumping on East Carolina in this game. I don't have an opinion on that one. I really don't. A lot of people are saying East Carolina is supposed to keep it close, possibly win the game. I'm staying away. You know what happens when a lot of people go on one team on, probably best to take NC State minus the 17. But we're not going to. I have no opinion on that one. James Madison at West Virginia. Here's the suspect parlay number 2 pick. West Virginia minus 6.5 over under 52.5. A lot of 7s out there. I understand James Madison. Trust me, I get it. West Virginia is not supposed to be that great this year. But let's face it, it's at West Virginia. That's the opening game. They're not going to lose to James Madison. We're going to go parlay Kansas money line with West Virginia money line. And you should get plus money on that. And I believe I have another one to add to the suspect parlay, but we're going to keep going. If I see it and I remember it, I'll definitely let you guys know. Keep going here. Rhode Island at Ohio. Ohio minus 22 over under 66.5. Expect a high scoring game in that one. I wouldn't touch it. Ohio probably cover that game. Eastern Washington at Washington. Washington minus 21 over under 54.5. Easton's making his debut for Washington. I don't see that 21's not a big number in college football. I think Washington should wipe them out. They should win by at least 3 touchdowns. Come on. He's making his debut. He's a great quarterback. Washington's a great team. Eastern Washington's not a good team. I'm going to say Washington wins the game 48-16. Take Washington. The podcast free play? No. Bucknell at Temple. Temple minus 41 over under. No over under. Temple minus 41. Take them at your own risk. Colgate at Air Force. Air Force minus 18 over under 43.5. Colgate, the toothpaste, has a college football team, huh? Air Force minus 18. I have no idea on that one. East Tennessee State at App State. App State's supposed to be pretty good for their division. App State minus 32.5 over under 51.5. They should roll East Tennessee State by 32. They should win by 5 touchdowns. Eastern Michigan at Coastal Carolina. Eastern Michigan minus 6 on the road. Over under is 53.5. And I have no idea about that game, honestly. Eastern Michigan, no idea. Holy Cross at Navy. Navy minus 20.5 over under 54.5. Duke versus Alabama. Alabama minus 33.5 over under 57.5. Okay, think about this. Is Duke going to score 10 points in this game? You got 4 quarters to score at least a touchdown. They'll have plenty of opportunities, I'm sure. That defense is going to be outstanding. They're going to look for the shutout. 33.5 points ain't nothing in this game. They just got to outscore them by 10 points a quarter. 7 points, 10 points a quarter. They can do that. I don't see Duke doing much in this game. I'm going to say Alabama might even shut them out. We're going to say 45-52 nothing. Alabama should get the job done. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it is week 1. You know, where I'm gonna be going over all these picks that I gave out to everybody. Is this gonna be a podcast free play? Yeah, I'm gonna give it out podcast free play. Alabama minus the 33. It doesn't matter if it was 40. I'd still go Alabama. South Carolina versus North Carolina. North Carolina is up to plus 10.5 right now. Over under 63.5. Here's another solid spot for a 3-team 10-point teaser. Get South Carolina down to minus a half. And South Carolina will win this game. I might do another 3-team 10-point teaser for you guys, because I did like the other one earlier that I did mention, where I can get them down to minus 2. Kentucky down to minus 2. I'll let you know if that's official. Let me see if there's any other games on the board that I like. Georgia State at Tennessee. Tennessee minus 26. Over under 57. Excuse me. Tennessee they should win that game. I don't really have anything on that one. Idaho at Penn State. Penn State minus 40. Over under 58.5. I have nothing in that one. Is Penn State going to wipe them out? They should. Northwestern at Stanford. Stanford minus 6.5. Over under 47.5. I think Stanford will win that game. You can get them on a money line parlay. I think that's part of the suspect parlay. There it is. Stanford. So you can do a 3-team parlay. You got Kansas, they're suspect. You got West Virginia, they're a suspect team that should win. And Stanford, 6.5. Do a 3-team parlay right there. Portland State at Arkansas. There's no line right now on this game. Virginia Tech at Boston College. Boston College plus 5 at home. Over under 58. I actually looked at this game. I have a rating chart for college football. In Virginia Tech, I actually had minus 7. They're minus 5. They actually should win this game against Boston College. That'd be a good one. Maybe the under 58 if Boston College. I honestly, I didn't really dig into either one of these teams. I actually did dig into Virginia Tech more than Boston College. I think Virginia Tech is solid in that one. They should win the game, but I'm not giving out of the podcast free play or anything. Montana State at Texas Tech. Texas Tech minus 25. Over under 60. Texas Tech should roll them. Nothing really there. Campbell at Troy. Troy minus 35. The Trojans minus 35. They should win by 5 touchdowns. Who's Campbell? Sam Houston State at New Mexico. New Mexico minus 9. Over under 62.5. I'm not going to touch that one, but New Mexico minus 9 is very suspect. Sam Houston State might even beat them. Syracuse at Liberty. Liberty plus 18. Over under 68. I don't really have an opinion in that one. Syracuse should get the job done on the road and win that one. Not going to. Virginia Military at Marshall. Marshall minus 40. Over under 60. Nothing on that one. UC Davis at California. California minus 13. Over under 50. California probably good on a 3-team 10-point teaser. Get them down to minus 3. They should win that game. UC Davis on the road. Imagine UC Davis winning at California, huh? That would be something, right? Norfolk State at Old Dominion. Old Dominion minus 27. Over under 55.5. Nothing. Alcorn State at Southern Miss. Southern Miss minus 26. Over under 55. A lot of big spreads. It's like flipping a coin. Unless you really know something. Nothing on that one. Stephen F. Austin at Baylor. Baylor minus 38. Over under 57. Baylor should score 60, right? Over under 57. I'd say Baylor and over in that one. Baylor should destroy this team. They might get to 60. Stephen F. Austin. Will Stephen F. Austin score? That's the problem. Baylor could win 56-0 and go under by a point and a half. Southern Miss at Arkansas State. Arkansas State minus 3. Over under 57.5. I have nothing on that one. Nicholls State at Kansas State. Kansas State minus 24. Over under 47. I have nothing in that one. Boise State at Florida State. Boise State versus Florida State. Florida State minus 4.5. Over under 51.5. I'm skipping that one. Illinois State at Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois minus 5.5. Over under 42. Nothing. Monmouth at Western Michigan. Western Michigan minus 25. Over under 73. Nothing in that one. Western Michigan should destroy them. Georgia Southern at Louisiana State. LSU minus 27.5. Over under 52.5. Is LSU really going to give up 28 points in this game? I'm not sure about that one. I'm going to skip that one. Miami of Ohio at Iowa. Iowa minus 21. Over under 48.5. This is a team, Iowa, that should get the job done. They should win by 3 touchdowns in this one. All right, here's a podcast free play for you. Virginia at Pittsburgh. Right now, Pittsburgh, Virginia's minus 2.5 on the road, over under 45.5. We're going to go Virginia money line. That's going to be a podcast free play. Virginia money line. I might even make it a client play but there's a lot of good games like this next one that's going to be a client play, and a couple before I just talked about I skipped. Virginia almost made it to the client plays, but they'll win. Podcast free play, Virginia on the money line. Oregon versus Auburn. Auburn minus 3.5, over under 55.5. Definitely gonna have a play in that game. Get a hold of me. Middle Tennessee at Michigan. Michigan minus 34, over under 54. Michigan likes to not run up the score. I could see them going up 35-0 and sitting pretty. I'm not going to touch them, but they should cover 34. They should destroy that team. Georgia at Vandy. Georgia on the road minus 21, over under 57. And you know what? This is a game that I can check real quick on my rating system because I did not. Okay, Georgia minus 28. Yeah, they should be minus 28. They're minus 21. They should get the job done again at Vandy. Abilene Christian at North Texas. North Texas minus 20. Over under 58.5. Missouri at Wyoming. Missouri on the road. First chance to see Bryant. Minus 17. Over under 53.5. I'll be tuning into that game just to check out Kelly Bryant from Clemson. He's a guy I did like to follow. Okay, here's the other suspect on the... okay, so we got a 4-teamer, I guess. Weber State at San Diego State. San Diego State I have them very weak this year, but they're minus 7 at home. The over-under in this game is 36. I mean, seriously? But take San Diego State on the money line. Adam, that's a 4-teamer. We'll check back, see how they do. 3 out of 4 should win. If any of these teams get upset, you just laugh at them because that's pretty much a joke. If these teams go in there and win against the teams that I'm mentioning. Louisiana Tech at Texas. Texas minus 20, over under 55.5. I think Texas will cover 20. And I got to make these last few here because we got to get into NFL preseason. Take a break here in a second. Washington State minus 31 against New Mexico State. Washington State should cover. UNLV minus 24 against Southern Utah. UNLV should cover that number. Fresno State at USC. USC minus 13, 52.5. Fresno lost a lot of players on offense. If I remember correctly, they only have 2 starters coming back on offense. Their defense is not that great. Suspect. I think USC will probably cover that number 13. That's it for Saturday. And then Sunday you got Houston at Oklahoma. Oklahoma minus 24, over under 82.5. That's Sunday. Monday you got Notre Dame at Louisville. Notre Dame minus 20, over under 54.5. That's it for college football. I gave you guys a suspect parlay. I gave you guys a teaser. I mentioned Kentucky minus 2 is probably a good play. I mentioned South Carolina minus 0.5 is a good play. And California minus 3. So there's a 3-team 10-point teaser. That's going to be the podcast, another podcast free play. But the client play was the teaser from Thursday and Friday. And we're going to take a break, and I'm going to give you guys some preseason.
Fox Sports Radio and the iHeartRadio app.
This episode is brought to you by the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless Card from Chase. Inspiration hits you like a cool breeze on an open sea. It's that feeling in your gut that tells you what you really hunger for. A taste of the unknown, a dip into new waters, that which is just beyond reach for now. There's no need to wait for the stars to align to follow your heart. With the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless Card, every swipe counts towards your next trip. You earn 6 times points at participating Marriott Bonvoy hotels and 2 times points everywhere else. So be anything but still. Get empowered by the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless Card. This is Boundless. Learn more at MarriottBoundlessCard.com. Account subject to credit approval. Credit cards are issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
All right, back here. Preseason football, 24-3. That was my record. I was 24-2, but I lost last week on Sunday Night Football. I had the Titans over the Steelers, and they lost. But 24-3 is a really good record, if you ask me, and my clients are happy. I killed the preseason, and now I want to share these picks with the rating system. My rating system is for quarterbacks, the starters to not start. This rating system is for backups. When I broke down all the rosters before, and I went 24-3, 9-0 in second halves, and I went 14-3 full games. And let's go over the Thursday night card because every single team is playing, And I'm going to give out opinions for every game. Minnesota at Buffalo. The Vikings, and I'm going to do this live right now. I'm going to look up the rating system and let you know what my rating system is telling you to take based on every single game. Vikings, okay, and Bills. Okay, so right here it's saying Vikings take +3. So, oh no, the Vikings are -3. Take the Vikings on the money line. That's the first play. Indianapolis Colts at Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals -3 over under 34.5. No Andrew Luck, and I doubt the other dudes that took over for him are going to be playing. But the Colts are a terrible preseason team. Bengals are pretty decent as I look over here. Yeah, they got a pretty good number here. Bengals money line. That's the number 2 play. They're -3. Get them on the money line. Eagles at Jets. Jets -4 over under 35. We'll check the Jets first. AFC. Okay. And then the Eagles for the NFC. Okay, so the Jets is the play. They're -4. Get them on the money line. New York Jets money line. Pittsburgh at Carolina. Pittsburgh -3.5 on the road over under 33. Check out the Steelers. Okay. Check out the Panthers. Both these teams are shit teams in the preseason, if I can remember correctly. Panthers is the play. They're +3.5. Get them up to +4. So get the Panthers +4 in that one. Atlanta at Jacksonville. Jacksonville -4 over under 32. All right, so we'll check out the Jaguars first. Okay, they have a shit. Okay, Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, they're terrible too. Falcons is the play +4. So, get on the Atlanta Falcons +4 in that one. Detroit at Cleveland. Cleveland -4.5 over under 33.5. The Lions in the preseason, not a very good team, and in the regular season. The Browns. Where are the Browns at? Okay, this is definitely the Browns money line. They're -4.5. Give up a little bit of juice. Take the Browns on the money. You could parlay any of these two. You can 10-point tease them, 7-point tease them, 6-point tease them. Whatever you want to do with them. That's just what the rating system is going by. And it's been successful the whole preseason. So most of these games are going to win. And we'll recap them next week. Giants at Patriots. Patriots -2.5 over under 35. The only reading I didn't really get well this preseason was the Giants because Jones was the backup. And, well, anyways, Giants right here. Patriots. Okay, Patriots is the play. Patriots money line in that one. Baltimore at Washington. Washington +5.5 over under 33.5. Does Baltimore ever lose in the preseason? You would think they're my number 1 rated team in the preseason. I bet them every game, but I didn't. Ravens and Redskins. Redskins is the play in this one. I doubt Haskins is going to be playing. I'm not sure, honestly. That's why this is like flipping a coin. But the Ravens been blowing everybody out. But according to my rating system, Redskins +5.5. I'd get them up to I'd do them on a 10-point teaser, get them up to 15.5 with 2 other teams or something. Maybe +7, get them up to a touchdown, 7.5. Whatever you want to do with it, do it. I'm going to mess around and do some parlays on Thursday just for the hell of it. Because the rating system's just been awesome, honestly. Tennessee at Chicago. Rest in peace. I want to mention my best friend that died December 9th, 2017 at 3 p.m. He passed away from kidney. He had a disease. His dad was only 32 when he passed away. Since the age of 16, my friend was telling me he's not going to make it to 30. He made it to 31, and he passed away the day before he was supposed to go to the Titans and Cardinals game in Arizona. He had tickets. His family had tickets. His first Titans game. He's a big Titans fan. He didn't make it to the game. I talked to him about 1 o'clock. He told me he's going to lay down. He's not sure if he's going to make it to the game tomorrow. And he said that he didn't feel good. His chest was killing him. His stomach was hurting. And I got a phone call a couple hours later that he was dead. It was horrible. Rest in peace, Darren Sligo. And I always got the Titans on my mind for him. And I always root for the Titans for him. It was horrible. So, Tennessee at Chicago. Chicago -2.5 over under 33. Titans and the Bears. The Bears. Where the hell are the Bears? Okay. Bears money line on that one. Tampa Bay at Dallas. Dallas -4.5 over under 33.5. Cowboys and Buccaneers. Buccaneers +4.5. Maybe do a 7-point teaser. Get the Buccaneers up to 11.5. Redskins up to 12.5. Or if you can find that third team, Kansas City at Green Bay. Chiefs, where are they at? Chiefs and Packers. Where are the Packers? There we go. This is pretty much an even game. Yeah, it's -2. It's right on the number. Green Bay money line, since they're at home. I guess that one's pretty much a toss-up. Miami at New Orleans. These are the top two. I was going to say, the top two teams in the preseason. I bet Miami twice. I went 2-0. I bet the Saints twice. I went 2-0. These two teams right here are the two best preseason teams, rating-wise. And, of course, they're playing each other. And I think, to be honest with you, I think Fitzpatrick is going to be the starter over Rosen. But Rosen played pretty good in the preseason. Saints -3.5 over under 37. Both these teams are rated pretty high on my deal here. But who is the play? That's what we need to know. Dolphins. Yeah, I gotta go Saints money line, but you be careful. Saints should win that game though, money line. Rams and Houston Texans. Texans. Where the hell are the Texans? There they are. Okay, so Rams +2.5. I'd say Rams, get them up to +4. Or you can get them on that 3-team 10-point teaser if you want. Do whatever you got to do. Arizona at Denver. The Broncos. Where are the Broncos? Here we go. And the Cardinals. Okay, so Broncos money line is the play in that one. They're -2. Get the Broncos on the money line. The last two games, Chargers at 49ers. 49ers -4 over under 33.5. Which check the 49ers and the Chargers. Chargers have been a disappointing team in the preseason, but it's only preseason, so I don't know. Okay. 49ers money line is the play in that one. They're -4. Be up a little bit of juice, or do put them on a parlay. And then Oakland at Seattle. Seattle -2.5 over under 33.5. Raiders. And okay, Seattle's the play. Seattle money line. They're -2.5. Seattle money line is the play. So those are all the plays for the rating system. If I had to give out my top 3, according to my rating system on who the best plays would be, I would have to say the Bengals money line, which they're -3. The Bengals should win that one. The Browns -4.5. The Browns should win straight up on that one, on the money line. And I would say the Saints probably in money line because of the rating system. But Dolphins, I'm not sure what they're going to do in that one. That's going to be it, though. I'm just going to give out 2. We're going to say my top 2 that should win. Bengals money line, Browns money line, if you want to parlay it. That's it for this podcast. We'll be back next Wednesday morning with another one. I appreciate everybody listening in. If you have questions or comments for the podcast, email picksbyemail@gmail.com. picksbyemail@gmail.com. If you have a question, I'll answer it next week, next Wednesday on the podcast just for you. If you want to shout out anybody or say anything, picksbyemail@gmail.com. Appreciate you guys listening in, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully these picks help, and I hit majority of them. But if you want my client plays, you know how to get a hold of me. Have a good one.